Yeshiva in Marbitz Teire in der Welt. In ganze, das ist der Maus.
The Mashgiach was born and bred in Kedusha, in the house of his father, Reb Meir, who was a Talmud from Slobodka.
His father was the Mashgiach of Heaven Yeshiva for decades and decades and decades. And Aharon Chodosh absorbed how to run a yeshiva.
He was born into yeshiva, he breathed yeshiva, he lived yeshiva. And that's where he spent his entire life.
His connection to Talmidim was incredible. He was responsible for many Talmidim growing in a way in which they would not have done without him.
He was very warm. He used to have the Bachram always over by him. He enjoyed it, and the Bachram enjoyed singing with him.
He danced with us. He cried with us. He laughed with us. He wanted to know everything going on in our lives, but not in an intrusive way, in a way that he could bring out the best in us.
His ability to have a snapshot of every bacher, that was an incredible ability. And he was on mark. He understood the bachrim and understood how to get to each one.
It's just unreal that a person had so much koyach that he could devote himself to so many individuals and keep track of everybody.
About 18 years ago, I was in the mirror not for 3 days, and I was walking in the street in Yeshivas without a hat and jacket. And I hear someone call out Rechnitz. I turn around, and it was the Mashgiach Reb Aharon Chodosh. And he said to me, a mere yeshiva man doesn't walk outside like that. It hit me like a ton of bricks. I was a 17-year-old boy from Los Angeles, not a mere yeshiva man.
He had an appreciation of the Tzelem Elokim in every person, and he only wanted to make sure that each person was able to develop themselves as a person in learning in Torah, and he wanted to give everybody that opportunity.
Reb Aharon loved Mir Yeshiva, Reb Aharon loved Torah, Reb Aharon loved Talmidei Chachamim, young Talmidei Chachamim that steig and want to become Talmidei Chachamim, he adored.
He was someone that was from generations past, but understood exactly what Talmidim of today needed.
He changed himself through the years and through the generations to adapt to the Talmidim that he had at that time.
When Yeshiva became the biggest yeshiva for Bnei Chutz La'aretz in Eretz Yisrael, he was able to adapt, to understand these American boys.
He was a huge role model for someone who really personified and depicted the way that you could live life in the quintessential Mir Mahalach of being very, very normal and yet being a true, amazing Talmid Chacham, Bal Musar.
The impact of the Mashgiach is something that will be remembered and felt for decades to come, and we are all as Talmidim, thousands and thousands of Talmidim.
His legacy in yeshiva is meaningful and long-lasting, and it should be a nacham for the Mishpach.